Hi. Today I am thinking about killing your television. Yeah, this is a weird topic, right? I kind of hate the television, and I've been thinking about this a lot, especially since so many of us are stuck at home and we're turning on the news constantly to see what's going on in the world because things are changing and it's weird out there, right? So I remember this bumper sticker from, I don't know, maybe when I was in high school, "Kill your television," and I always thought that was a cool bumper sticker. Why? Well, I kind of think the baby boomers were raised on the television. The television was new for them, and I don't know, my experience is that baby boomers in my life always have the television on in the background. And so I was also raised by the television. Now notice I said raised by the television. I was one of those latchkey kids that came home and turned on the television and watched your shows. And the shows were kind of like your friends, right? Because you were alone raising the other kids. So I kind of grew to hate the television. And here's why. Oh yeah, there was this song too in the early 90s, Television, the Drug of a Nation. Remember that song? The Disposable Heroes of Hypocrisy. You should look it up. I'll put it in the comment section below. It's a good song. Here's why I hate the television. I feel like they're feeding me something. They're selling me something. There's this narrative they're always trying to construct, whoever they are. It's always selling me something, selling me some product, selling me some ideas, selling me this and that, and I don't want your stuff. I hate advertisements, and I hate the products, and I hate the bad ideas, I hate the narrative. So, I'm very opinionated today, right? So, what are they selling you? This is where I want to connect the television to thinking. I want you to think about what message is being sold, okay? And what are they telling you? When I was growing up, it was always about, you know, how you should dress, how you should be, who you should like, who the celebrities are. And I was just like, no, that's not for me. But they're selling you a narrative now, what you should believe, what you should think. And sometimes it's subtle. Like, what is left out in the narrative? What are they not talking about? I'm going to say the things that's left out are usually the things we should be thinking about. Like the goal of life. Do they just assume a certain goal of life? Like maybe the goal of life is pleasure and buying stuff and comfort and, you know, consumerism. But maybe they're leaving out something. Like, do we ever hear about, I don't know, God on TV? Do they ever talk about things that really matter to some people? No. And when they depict things like religion on TV, it's always kind of ridiculous. So I kind of think you should stop and think critically about the narrative, the ideas that are being sold to you by the television. All right, now, something else. Silence is needed for thinking. And this is my strong opinion. I could be wrong. Maybe you guys could learn with, you know, the television on in the background, but usually it's competing for your attention. So the other issue I have with the television is noise. It's constant noise, and noise that's distracting you from thinking. And you should think about this. Why is there a television on everywhere we go? Like at restaurants and in the airports. Everywhere I go, there's a television, and it's always yelling at me and telling me something. So I want to think my own thoughts. In order to think my own thoughts, I need some quiet. So there are two things I want you to think about with the television: the narrative and the noise. And I want you to be a thinker, a good thinker, and so you need to have a mindset where you're not controlled by a narrative. There's, you know, and you are willing to think critically about what they're selling to you. And I think you need silence for thinking. So why don't we do this? Let's turn off the television today. Let's turn it off. And maybe you don't even watch the television. I don't know. I'm thinking Generation Z may not even watch the television. Maybe they're, you know, watching other screens, the computer, the phone, the tablet, that counts to me as television. Whatever is a screen is a television. And you're probably watching this right now on a screen, right? What I do like about screens, though, is we have options. We can pick and choose what we want to watch and when we want to watch it. And we can turn it off when we want to. So I like that we have options. We don't have to mindlessly consume what they feed us, right? We could make good choices about our screen time. So I would like to have us focus on critical thinking and screen time. Okay, let's pick, I don't know, thoughtful things to watch. When we have no option, let's say you're at somebody's house and they have the television on, we could think critically about what's being sold to us, right? So kill your television if you can. I did once. When I moved out of my parents' house, I did not buy a television. I lived without a television for, I don't know, many, many years. And you know what made me buy a television? World events. 9/11 happened. I only had the radio to listen to, and I didn't know what was going on. For days, I didn't see the images from 9/11 because I didn't have a television. So I kind of thought, all right, maybe I should get one. I did eventually get a television when I got married, several years after that. So we have one in the house, but it's rarely on. And when it is on, it's something we've chosen to watch. So think critically about the television. Kill your television. How about just turn off screens for a while and have silence and think? See what happens. Great things can happen. All right. Thanks for listening to my rant about the television. Think critically, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.